As you see, I already started a new Tinkercad circuit project, and I changed the name of the project to Mini Piano. So for today, we need definitely a breadboard, and we need some push buttons and resistors, but let's bring an Arduino first. I'm going to bring a push button and a resistor. So the main part of the projects is very similar to previous projects we've done, for example for Blink, but this time we are going to send a signal from digital input to a buzzer. Okay, this is the way this push button works. As long as you don't press it down, there is no signal in number 13. We just have a resistor here to prevent any noise going to number 13. After you press down the push button, you will connect a 5 volt through these two legs or terminals to number 13. So number 13 gets 5 volt as an input, and it sends a signal to the Arduino. So what's happening after that? Based on the coding, this buzzer gets the signal from number 3. So this is output, digital output, and because you press this, based on the coding, it gets the exact tune of this pin. Based on this pin, it gets the exact tune of that. I will show you the coding later to explain that. So that's the structure of one push button. Okay, as you see, I connected all push buttons, resistors and wires to Arduino. The same patterns. If you follow any of these wires, you see the same pattern. So the first wire, this wire, starts from this pin and goes to number 13. So the next push button starts from here, goes to 11, and the yellow one goes to 9, and the green goes to 7, and this one, because there was no room here, I just moved from that side to number 5. And there is no difference between these. Just pick 13, 11, 9, 7 and 5 to show you how they go. So you can pick, for example, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9th, and you can add more push buttons. Similar to the hardware part, I started with coding for pin number 13. So I picked an if condition, and this if condition just read what's happening on number 13 all the time, just repeating this one, reading pin number 13, and see if any time number 13 equals to high. High means number 13 as an input gets the voltage from the board. So when I push this button down, then it gets 5 volt on this. So that condition applies because it gets high. Then what's happening on pin number 3, which is output, it plays a speaker on that. So I can repeat this coding. How? It's the easiest way is just duplicate that. So I'm going to duplicate. I need to duplicate this 4 times because in total I have 5 push buttons. So I need to create 5 if condition. Okay, I almost finished coding, so let's try it. Start simulator and just okay, it seems that it works. Just a reminder, when you go to coding, if you wanted to use physical projects, you need to go to blocks and text and then copy these texts inside the Arduino IDE on your laptop or your computer when you're uploading codes from computer to Arduino board. And it's always good to see on this text part, see how it works, because we did it step by step, so it's very easy to understand what's happening among the setup part and the loop part. If you remember that from previous tutorial, in setup part we define which pins are input and output, that kind of things, and you see we have 5 inputs and 1 output, which is for connected to a speaker, and 5 different inputs, and then we have that if condition makes tune work. So it's easy to understand now because we already followed that pattern based on one part of coding and then duplicate that part of the coding for other pins.